evening, Cubes of the Cash. Gary B, the Casual Comic Guy here, and tonight I'm joined by two Jims. First, my co-host Digger Jim. Jim, how you doing tonight, bud?
Very good. Thank you, sir, for having me.
Absolutely, always a pleasure. It's great to have you back in the seat. And of course, our guest making his first appearance on the 1011, Sandman Mystery Comics. Jim, how you doing tonight, sir?
I am blessed. Thank you so much for having me on your show. I'm a big
Absolutely.
admirer, and I've always been wanting to sit down once I found out you were a Robert E. Howard fan and talk to you about some Conan and Solomon Kane. So thank you.
Oh, we can always do that. I'm always willing to talk Conan, Solomon Kane, Dark Agnes, whatever you want.
Yeah.
But
Dark Agnes, it's funny you mention her. She is the basis for Red Sonja, because Red Sonja doesn't.
Her and Red Sonja Rogatino. They're a combination from Roy Thomas to make the Hyborian Age Red Sonja.
Yeah.
And her stories are great. The Swordswoman stories are.
I have it. Yeah, I have it, and it's the Berkeley edition with the pull-out poster in the front, the little mini poster.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
It's nice. I think it's a Ken Kelly cover too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Just kidding.
Conan nerds.
Oh shit. Anyway,
Robert E. Howard is awesome. He didn't just do sword and sorcery, even though he invented it. He made books
boxing
about
tales,
boxing, piracy,
poems, everything, horror, tons of horror.
Adventure in the Arabian Desert. Yeah, he was best friends with H.P. Lovecraft. He was was one of the few people that HPL authorized to expand the Cthulhu mythos. You know, the man.
And they both dabbled in each other's universes a little bit.
Yep.
But so we're gonna get right into it, Jim. So first, we're gonna have you give the quick 2 minutes of who you are, where people can find you, what your channel's about. Then we'll say hi to the audience, and then we'll come right back to you, good sir.
Oh, no problem. My full name is Jim Anderson. I'm also known online as Sandman Mystery Comics. My channel, Sandman Mystery Comics, is different than a lot of the other channels. I do unboxings, but I don't talk about what's hot. I talk about what I know about, which is a lot of Golden Age books, because I read them. I buy the reprints, like from AC Comics and all those things, because it's about actually enjoying the stories and and digging on that stuff, and the Will Eisner stuff, and what his studio pumped out for all the comics. I'm big into the indies from the 80s, and I have a section about that that I do. And then my other love is pulp fiction, which most people know as The Shadow and Doc Savage, The Avenger. But Kazar started in the pulps. Everybody knows Conan started in the pulps, you know? Right. So I have episodes where I talk about just the pulp stuff, you know? So I try to keep it indies, obscure indies from the 80s, pulp fiction, Golden Age comics. I was selling books, but I found that, because I'm trying to downsize my collection, because we're talking about moving out of state. You know, we're in California and we want to go somewhere that's less taxation and
don't go to New York then.
Don't
go to Maryland either.
Yeah, we're looking at places like Idaho.
Yeah, Midwest.
Yeah,
it's your best shot.
Yeah, Montana, stuff like that.
You just got to make sure they have a comic shop.
Oh yeah, yeah. But right now, the best deals I found are in, I think the town is called Twin Falls, Idaho.
Yeah.
And it's not too far from the comic shops, or I could drive to my friends in Oregon, and I could even drive way up to my friend in Washington who has a channel, good friend, Aaron Psychotronic. But yeah, that's it. I'm digressing and I'll babble. My channel is my name, Sandman Mystery Comics.
And your IG.
Yep. And so is my IG. I keep it simple. And that's also my email, sandmanmysterycomics@gmail.com.
Nice.
And yeah, if it's something you never heard of and it's weird, I probably talk about it. Yeah, REH is very similar to JRR. In fact, the first thing in the unabridged Conan is his Bible for the Hyborian age.
Yep.
So that before you even read his first story, you understand the universe, the wars, the races, and all the upheavals that happen. Incredible stuff. Okay, shut up, Jim.
All right, let's say hi to the crowd. We got one of my all-time favorite people. And first, we have Jerry the Jitterbug. Good evening, Jerry. We have Psychedelic Comics. Paul, how you doing tonight, sir? Great to see you.
I love your kitty, man. I love that kitty.
Mr. 23 Munch. Good evening, sir. Always a pleasure. Hope you're doing very well. We have Zach's Collections. Good evening, Zach. Great to see you. We have none other than the Jackson Roykirk. Good evening. Oh, don't get Gary started on Howard. I'm trying to curb my enthusiasm. We have Matt Likes Comics. Good evening, Matt. Great to see you. We have Joe from Erotic Comics. Good evening, Joe. Hope you're doing well, buddy. We have Mr. Chuck Hensey, who we'll see next Tuesday on we'll see you next Tuesday, Jim. I mean, and he's gonna do Atlas Seaboard 1011. So I love the Atlas Seaboard comics, so I can't wait for that.
Oh my God, did you see, you probably haven't heard. If you love Atlas Seaboard, Mego got the license from the people who just bought it and are working with, I think, Paramount or one of those studios to make movies out of or TV shows for their streaming service on the Atlas Seaboard characters. And Mego has the exclusive rights to make figures for the characters. And the first figure is already made. It's coming out in a couple
of months. Is it Iron Jaw?
No, it's Devilina.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, but he is part of the first four: Iron Jaw, Destructor, and Tiger Man with Devilina. So those are going to be the first four that come out this year.
We need Planet of the Vampires, which is a great read.
Oh yeah, that was great. And wasn't that the one Neil Adams worked on too? So his art
a little bit in the cover. And then we got Wolf the Barbarian, which was fun.
Yep. And Brute. Oh, don't forget Brute. Brute was good.
Brute. Yeah, their version of the Hulk.
Yeah.
All right. So 23 Much is sub to you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, brother.
Well, I'll keep, as people are popping in and getting their notifications, I'll give them a quick tip of the hat. But let's start out with your first book. Did you have a hard time picking them out, or was it pretty easy for you?
It was pretty easy, actually, because, like I said, I'm getting rid of all the comic books that don't bring me joy. Right. I'm the kind of guy that every Halloween, instead of giving kids candy, I get dressed up as the Shadow. And I'll stand out with a table full of comic books and I will say, hey, man, pick some comics. We got Batman. We got the Avengers. We got Hulk. We got whatever you like. Whatever you like is here. So go through, grab a comic book. Or grab
Jim, it looks like you and I are dressing up again after 30 years.
I like that idea, though. That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, you don't want their parents to send them to the dentist after your crap. So why not give them something to read? But yeah, my first comic is of my favorite hero ever, which is the Shadow. And instead of bringing out the Mike Kaluta #1, which I have 3 copies of, I decided to go with the Golden Age book. I was very happy to find this cheap. It is low grade.
Nice.
See, the cover's red. It's volume 7, number 7 from 1947.
Wow.
And this is where they start. Street and Smith. It's published by Street and Smith, the same ones who published the Shadow Pulps. Gotcha. And they started developing his powers where he could hypnotize people and turn invisible and all that kind of stuff. So, and I got a great deal on this on Phoebe of all places. I paid $20 for this. Yeah, it is complete. And the only thing I could see bad was this rip going all the way down the cover there. And there's a little rust on the staples, which I can get a very fine sandpaper and get rid of that.
You just got another subscriber with Jerry the Jitterbug.
Oh,
and I knew Joe was going to chime in because Joe loves the Shadow.
Yeah.
I do too, brother. Oh, you're preaching to the choir. I have acquired now 2 actual pulps from 1940 The first one was coverless, but it was $10, so I couldn't pass it up for the Shadow. And I just ordered another one that had the cover on it, but it's like it's chipping all the way around. I paid $20 for that, and that's on the way. And the main thing I'm collecting as far as the Shadow goes is the 1960s Berkeley paperbacks, because 90% of the covers on those were done by Steranko. So you get the Shadow,
you can't go wrong there.
And Steranko.
Yeah.
Now it's weird, right? Because you said that comic was from like 44, and that was volume 7.
Yeah, it's October 1947, volume 7, issue number 7.
So just think there were 6 other volumes before 1947. That's nuts.
That's crazy. Yeah, Jerry can fix that chipping for you.
Right? Yeah, I wonder if Jerry's ever worked on a pulp. That would be a good thing for Jerry's channel, right?
Right.
You work on a pulp.
I have a friend. Do you guys know Metaraj? Have you heard of Metaraj?
Yeah, Roger's
the bomb, man. Yeah.
Roger, he's such a blessed human being. He's fixing. Let me show you what he's fixing for me. Hold on. I don't mean to put my crotch in the camera, but since we're talking about the Shadow, I bought this and on eBay, and I didn't realize the horrible condition of it. It is a little big book of the Shadow, and it's just mold. It is mold. There's my man. And he's such a blessed human being.
He is. Roger's awesome.
He's
nothing like that low down, dirty
this
Jackson Redkirk.
I mean,
that's awesome. What a cool book.
But it's covered in mold. And he says, yeah, I can fix that. And I was like, well, thank you. Bless you. Because it's going to fall apart if I try to read it and mess up all my other stuff, you know?
Yeah, you definitely want to keep that separated.
I did. That's why I have it in here and then in a bag and then in a box, you know? It's in my pile to be shipped to Metaraj to fix. So I'm filling a box full of stuff for him as payment for work.
You know, he's one of those people you can't say enough kind words about him.
Nope, you can't.
He's a good egg, that Metaraj.
Definitely. Let me zip this.
He's all right.
He's all right.
All right. And then, I showed this next book on his channel as well, back when, a few weeks back, but it is one of my favorites. Sheena, Queen of the Devil.
Oh, wow. This is your number 2?
Yep. Number 9.
So what is that it's blasting? I mean, what is that supposed to be?
I get that number 9 reference from the song. Number 9.
What is that supposed to be, though?
I don't know, but it's really cool, man. And this book's been through hell in a handbasket too.
Yeah.
It's got extra staples. The first 5 pages are taped, but I don't care. It's Sheena, Queen of the Jungle. Man.
Yeah, that's gorgeous. That's a great book.
And I was so blessed to find that. So I'm telling you guys out there, don't think everyone is out to rip you off on eBay. If you really search and you're patient and don't fall into FOMO, you will find the deals out there.
Yeah, for sure.
And my second bit of advice is, hey, low grade, guys, is better than no grade. Not everything has to be a 9.8.
Yeah.
A 9.8 of this book would be thousands upon thousands of dollars, and my wife would kill me in my sleep if I did that. So
with the book.
He's trying to stay alive and enjoy the books. That's the thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Amen.
I hear you. I'm with you 100%.
Now we're moving on to the Silver Age. And I am still a big fan of Golden Age heroes. This is the first Silver Age appearance of Plastic Man.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Now, see, that is on my list. That's on the top 50 list right there. Yeah. I absolutely thought Plastic Man was so underused growing up as a kid, and I remember picking up a couple of books, and I thought, he's a lot stronger than people realize.
Oh yeah. He's probably the strongest DC character out there. Batman knew it. I mean, if you ever read Dark Knight's Metal, he was the secret weapon.
Right.
But yeah, it's beat up, it's markered, the cover, but it's complete and the inside is good. It's not brittle, so I was very happy to get that.
Yeah, that is beautiful. Plastic Man is so much fun too.
Oh yeah. Now the next issue, number
I even love the
3,
cartoon they had of him when that was out.
that was so fun. Yeah, on ABC.
Yeah.
ABC Channel 7 for me in LA where I grew up. This is the first Silver Age appearance of my second favorite Golden Age hero, which is the Sandman from Adventure Comics number 40. There he is, and the indignity. Look at that. That's how his first appearance is Batman getting knocked down on him by Solomon Grundy. That's horrible. And yeah, it's low grade. It's got some chips in it, but hey, it's still the first Silver Age appearance of the Sandman. So
Right? That's
I
cool.
love it. Yeah, I love
I've never
him.
seen that cover actually.
What issue is that?
It is issue number 46 of Justice League of America.
Okay. Yeah,
And
I thought it was the low 40s.
what got me into the Golden Age Sandman was in the 90s when Matt Wagner did Sandman Mystery Theater. I got all of those issues, read them, and it was an updated, darker retelling of all the Golden Age pulp stories because I have the archive edition of the Sandman stories over there
Oh,
on
nice.
bookshelf. But that got me into like, dude, this guy's really cool. And he was fighting crime to get rid of the nightmares that Dream was sending him, you know?
Right.
And,
So I'm laughing at Jackson and Joe there. Joe's like,
Oh.
I have that one, and Jackson's like, sit down, Joe.
the next one is another Justice League of America. Now, keep in mind, guys, I really dig the JLA.
Right.
Okay? The JSA, excuse me. And this actually goes into my JSA JLA crossover, but it just happens to be the first Silver Age appearance of the Red Tornado.
Oh, nice.
Yep. So that was cool.
And I think Joe is working on completing that run. I believe.
The
I believe
only
he's only a
one,
few issues away.
yeah, the only ones I'm keeping for the old Silver Age JLA are the JSA JLA crossovers because again, it's the JSA. I'm a big JSA fan. Now the next one, I'm kind of cheating, Gary, so forgive me, but it's 2 comics, but it's the same story.
Yeah.
And it's like a quadruple banger for us because it's Conan 14 and 15.
Nice.
Okay. And yeah, it's low grade. They're about 2.0, but I don't care because it's got Elric, Michael Moorcock's Elric, which is just incredible.
And that's a great 2-issue story, too. It's so much fun.
Yep, and it's got Roy Thomas writing, and you've got Barry Windsor Smith art, and this is around the time he stopped trying to be Kirby-esque and was starting to get into his own groove, which was really cool. And I love these to death. I mean, because I have all the Elric books, and yeah, I just love that. Now, another Golden Age character that I truly love, because they've really developed him throughout the ages, is the Spectre. I dig the Spectre, especially the 90s run, because he is straight up the God spirit of vengeance.
Right.
Right.
You know? So we've got the first Silver Age appearance of
that's a great cover. So good.
This is about a 5.0. And believe it or not, Legion of Comics helped me negotiate a really great deal on this book. And, yep. Dude, the Spectre is the baddest. He really is. I love him. And then this is about a 5.0 as well. The Spectre's first series. The ones I'm missing from this run are basically the Neil Adam issues. Because, I mean, now that Neil Adam passed, they've gone through the roof, and even low-grade copies are expensive. So,
Right.
And me, since money's got to go to moving and buying a new home, that's the priority. Now, this, again, going back to my Golden Age roots here, it's got Dr. Fate and Hourman in it, so I had to have it. I didn't even realize it was the first appearance of Psycho
Pirate, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I had no idea. I wasn't even buying it for that. I'm like, oh, it's early Dr. Fate. Ooh, it's Hourman. Same thing with this one. This is Brave and the Bold 61 with Starman and Black Canary, and it retells their Golden Age origins, So I'm really digging on these. All right, now that's my 10. Okay.
You got a fan with Joe already.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you, Joe.
But Joe, have you subbed him up?
Yeah, I hope you do, because I talk about stuff like this in almost all my videos. This and books on kaiju, because I was a hardcore kaiju fan and tokusatsu fan. I still am, but not obsessed. Okay. Now, Gary told me to bring a spec book. And that was the hardest part for me, because I don't spec. I'm a reader. I buy what I like and I read what I buy. So I picked this out of my collection because he is the weirdest, most obscure character, which means at some point James Gunn is going to use him. And it is Showcase number 66, first appearance of the Bwana Beast.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I could totally see that happening.
I'm telling you, if Superman is a success, I mean, look who we used for Suicide Squad. Polka Dot Man? Ratcatcher? Tell me we're not going to see this
boy.
Right.
Yeah, we will see him sometime in the next 7 to 8 years if Superman is a success. If not, I was just happy to have him, and he got to shine in Warner Brothers cartoon Batman Brave and the Bold anyway. So
the Brave and the Bold cartoon was really good. I really enjoyed that.
It really was. And then my last book, which is very near and dear to me and very special, would be this Big Treasury edition by Joe Kubert. The Most Spectacular Stories Ever Told, the Bible. JRK. Oh, I love Metamorpho, but he's not one of my fave guys. For me, it's Sandman, the Shadow, the Spectre, the JSA. This book is phenomenal. I mean, and with me being a new Christian,
right,
recently baptized, if you guys have watched my previous videos, you know what happened to me. I went down a deep, dark hole, and the Lord pulled me out. And my son got this for my birthday for me. And this literally is some of Joe Kubert's greatest work on the greatest book ever written, because it's the Word of God, and it really is some of his greatest artwork in here. I mean,
it's like the top 20 hits.
Yeah, it's just a treasury of a lot of stories from the Old Testament. Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel, Noah's Ark, the Tower of Babel, the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, and creation. And it starts off where just a grandfather's telling his grandchildren about the Bible.
Right.
This is phenomenal.
Yeah, that art's incredible.
Yeah. This is the greatest I've seen Joe Kubert ever do.
That's the smoothest, because usually he's he's known for how he's sketchy.
Yeah.
That looks really clean.
I like his core stuff a lot.
Yeah. Obviously God inspired him on this. Okay. And yeah, this is my number 12. Yeah, it is. It's really easy on the eyes. He did incredible. Oh, well, thank you, archivist. If you want to know everything that ever happened to me, I made a video on my channel and I hated making it, but it needed to get out there. And it's funny, Misery, people love Misery, and that was like one of my highest viewed videos, honestly.
I hate to tell you, but I totally understand that. I mean, I did like an epic fail video because I felt embarrassed about what had happened, and he got probably more views than anything. And I was just like, this is sad state of affairs when this is what people really want to watch.
Right.
Yeah. So, but you know, that's my 12. There are honorable mentions.
Oh, go ahead and show them. I love treasury sizes too. I love the format of treasury.
Well, you know, speaking of treasuries, there's a couple more up there, like the treasury of Flash Comics #1, All-Star Comics #3, first JSA. One thing that's really near and dear to my heart, this is a flashback reprint from the 70s of New York World's Fair Comics #1. And the reason this is so important, this came out 2 weeks before Adventure Comics #40. So this is technically the first full appearance of the Golden Age Sandman.
Oh, cool.
And it also has a Superman story that hasn't been published anywhere else. And look, they messed up.
I never heard of that guy.
He's got blonde hair.
Well, that's cool. So that's a one-off Superman. See, I love having books where you know the story isn't republished anywhere. It's kind of neat, right? To own them.
Yeah, it is. Like, okay, for example, getting back to the pulp stuff, Dark Horse Comics, in conjunction with the Edgar Rice Burroughs estate, published the Lost Tarzan novel. It had to be finished by Joe R. Lansdale. And I mean, they went all out with this. The covers were by Arthur Soidan. Ooh. And then the interior art was by Mike Kaluta. Okay. Oh, we can kick JRK out if he's going to fall asleep. Because we're talking pulps. We're talking important stuff here. And in the back, and the great thing about it, they were done pulp size, and they split the novel into 4 parts because Edgar Rice Burroughs' son did comic strips for John Carter of Mars.
Oh, nice.
Never reprinted before, and they did the complete run in those 4 books. And that's the only time they've been reprinted since.
Gotcha.
I'm just giving you a hard time, JRK. We see each other everywhere, me and JRK, man. But another thing, and you'll notice I like to buy the trade paperbacks when I find them.
Right. What a fun cover that is.
Oh, I know. And look, it's DC Mystery in Space, but the Pulp Fiction Library version. So it covers everything in Mystery in Space from 1950 when the mag first started, and they were adapting like H.G. Wells stories, all the way to the end of it with Space Rangers, Atomic Knights, and Adam Strange, who became the big hit in this. Yeah. See? H.G. Wells.
Nice.
Yep. And they even got, what was that guy, the multi-alien? What was his name? Did they ever name him, or was he just called the multi-alien? I hunted big game from outer space. That sounds like a Stan Lee thing, I swear.
Right?
It does.
Well, that was all like it's like written like the old tabloid headlines, right?
Yeah.
Right? Well, they had to catch your attention with something. So they stuck
like,
it
what
in
was that? Oh, the National Enquirer. That was like the big like tabloid that was around when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Minerals is Ultra.
And World Weekly News. Remember that? World Weekly News. Batboy found in cave. I used to love those. I love those, man. And it goes all the way up to Time Warp. Remember the Time Warp comic only lasted 5 issues?
8 issues.
Oh, 8? I thought it was 5.
Was it 5? It was something. I have most of them over here. I just got to remember now.
There's the multi-alien.
Yeah, Ultra, yeah.
Yep. Ultra. Yeah, that's
And,
his name.
and Time Warp had some cool Kaluta covers on it too.
Yeah, it did. It
Ooh.
did. And it had great artists inside too. You had
Yeah.
Steve Ditko, Kubert, all those guys. Dick Giordano, but he does everything, man. He's everywhere. And let's see, what else is over here? No, that's all stuff I'm giving to Aaron. Yeah, there's a lot of, oh, that reminds me. I'll have to show you guys whenever he ships it out to me. Aaron showed me yesterday. He did a birthday stream for me.
Oh, nice.
And he's got a present for me that just blew my mind away and was a joygasm at the same time. I almost had a heart attack. He's giving me a page of Savage Sword of Conan, number 199. It's page 45. The actual 11 by 17 original.
Original
That's
art.
incredible.
Yeah. And I'm like, dude, that's too much, man.
Right.
So I've got a huge stack of comics I'm going to send him too, And
Nice.
Oh yeah,
That's the great thing about the community, though, right?
Yeah. If you got Callie, there's Callie. Okay. How you doing, brother? And Callie will tell you too. Back in the day, I used to be a seller, and it was just all about the greed and the money. I'm still making right with a lot of the people back then because, like I said, I fell. And I'm getting back up and I'm getting back in. Callie's one of the few that are left that I have to make right with. But I don't want to sell anything anymore. I don't want to even deal with that. I just want to read. I just want
enjoy your stuff, huh?
Yeah. And, get out the books to the people I owe. If I don't have the books anymore for whatever reason, give them back their money, get rid of the stuff I don't want, and then just move on with my life and just do what I do,
Right.
And as far as my channel goes, I don't care if I get 500 or 1,000 subs. I'm not doing it for that. I don't want to be an influencer. I mean, obviously there's people that love this kind of stuff.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
There and stuff like this. So I know a little something about it. So why not share that knowledge with other people? That's how I
have some fun.
Yeah.
Enjoy your hobby,
Yeah, exactly. And that's what it's about. If you don't enjoy the hobby.
I hear you, Callie.
For me, I'm at the point, dude, where that stuff doesn't matter. And I thought about it, especially as old as I am now. I've got maybe 10, 12 years left. I got to worry about making sure the family's taken care of when I'm gone. The house is paid off. There's funds for both of them to continue while I'm gone and all that. I can't take comic books with me. And what good is that going to do me when I'm standing before judgment? It ain't going to do me no damn good. It's like, but look, I've got this. It doesn't matter. So it's like, if I can give it to someone who's really going to enjoy it, or bring a smile to a kid by giving him a free comic on Halloween, man, that's what it's all about to me right there.
Right. Nice. Yeah. You got to share the hobby.
Exactly.
All right. Nice. Well, let's do like we usually do, guys. We'll go around the horn here, and Jim, we'll start with you. We always start with my co-host. What do you have coming up, good sir?
Man, I don't know. I have some places that I've been looking at that I might be detecting. Fingers crossed they give me a yes. Because it's supposed to be beautiful this weekend. We got the holiday, and I'd really like to hit this one house because it's like late 1800s, and I feel like there's some goodies in there. So if I get the yes, that's going to be a video for sure. And then with it being the holidays, usually my wife and I will be like, hey, she wants to go do a little shopping, and there we'll probably hit a couple of antique stores. I was able to I got this at an antique store for like $20.
Nice.
And even though it's like you said, it's not high grade, but it's good enough for me.
Yeah.
And it's the when I got it, I just thought it was a cool cover, but then I realized it's the first appearance of Kid Flash in that costume.
Wow.
Now the story's a little wonky, but
Yeah.
I still love the cover.
Nice.
Now that's Infantino art still, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and that Infantino on Flash, that was him in his prime, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, it's greatly drawn, but the story is just, oof. And you know what? I look back now, I had some Aquaman stuff that was the same way. I had an Aquaman book with the classic cover, and I read it. I was like, this really should be Batman. Like, he's not, he's in the water for maybe 2 panels, and that's it. The entire beginning of the book is nothing but him out of the water. And I thought, this looks like a Batman story, and they just threw it into Aquaman.
Yeah, they do that sometimes.
Yeah.
All right. So coming up for me next week, like we mentioned at the beginning of the show, we have Mr. Chuck Hensey on next Tuesday, and he is doing Atlas Seaboard 1011. So I can't wait for that. Atlas Seaboard is one of my favorite comic companies ever, even though they were short-lived. I just love their characters. I love the little nicheness of them. And then on the 29th, on next Thursday, we have Brucifer Morningstar making his first appearance on the 1011.
Oh, I love Bruce. Bruce is such a good guy.
And I would like to remind everyone, if you haven't checked it out yet, had a fantastic interview for last week's Savage Saturday with Mr. Jim Zub, the current writer bringing Conan to the masses these days and doing a wonderful job of it. Pretty much doing today what Marvel did 50 years ago and bringing a whole new audience to the Robert E. Howard fiction and the character.
Yeah, if you guys aren't reading Titans Conan,
yeah, you're missing
out. Yeah, thank you. They are missing out big time.
But yeah, watch that interview with Jim. He came on and said, I got an hour. Is that okay? We're like, yeah, that's great. He gave us 2. He talked for 2 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. So much fun. And we always end with what's coming up for our guests. So, Jim, what's coming up for you?
Well, I've been saying this all week because I've been on vacation, but tomorrow I'm going to start up videos again. Like last week I was sick, so I didn't make any videos. This week was vacation. I didn't really make any videos. I've got 2 reviews I've got to pump out. I've got a haul video I got to do. And I kind of do my videos guerrilla style, just sitting right here on the couch in front of my laptop. And that's it. You know, I don't do anything special because it's not about, ooh, look at the effects. Look at this. It's about the books. So show the books, talk about the books. Makes it easier, you know. And then I hang out with a bunch of people, which everybody should check out. Psychotronic Squirt Gun is one. His real name's Aaron. Great guy. Loves comics. Great musician, too. Go check him out. Also, Meta Raj right here in our chat. The man's a saint of comics, I swear. And then Heroes for Hire Comic Club. I'll do a lot of live streams with these guys just to hang out because they're good people and good friends. And it's because of them I got back into the comics again. Nice. But learned it's not about the value or the grade. It's about the enjoyment of the story and the characters and watching everything.
Which is exactly what this show is about. It's not about the money. It's about the love of the books.
Yep. I mean, come on. If I didn't love comics, would I really be investing in a Buona Beast? Let's be
Hey, some characters are just fun regardless.
Yeah, come on. Yeah. That's just great. I mean, like Plastic Man, that's what makes him fun.
Oh, yeah, Plastic Man is awesome, man.
And with that, guys, I want to say a big thank you always to my co-host, Digger Jim. Jim, thank you, buddy. Always appreciate you being here.
Yes, sir.
And there's no show without a great guest. So to the other Jim in the room, thank you very much for coming on the show and coming on my Geeky Little channel. I appreciate it.
You're too kind. Thank you.
And, of course, to our fabulous audience, thank you to all of you guys who joined us live. And for those of you catching us on the rewind, we certainly appreciate you watching, and we hope you have a good time. The descriptions of both these gentlemen and the links are in the, the links to both of these gentlemen is in the description below. I don't have to describe them to you. You can see them. But with that, we like to do like we always do. We're going to say thank you for watching and keep it casual.